guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. It's Kiana A. And in today's video, hold on, I just had to get that one piece started because if I feel like I need like a little motivation to fold my son clothes, because I hate folding clothes, but I always do his laundry first. This is why my laundry be sitting clean or dirty. I hate doing laundry. Anyways, in this video, I'm finally getting around to that story time for y'all about my pregnancy. I just don't feel like y'all look close enough though. That's better. I'm gonna be telling y'all how I found out I was pregnant, how my pregnancy was and stuff like that, the labor. I feel like some things they don't tell you about pregnancy, all while folding the kids' clothes. Let me just put it out there that my son will be 3 years old next month. Oh my gosh. Three. Can't believe it. But anyways, I got pregnant at the age of 20. I didn't know I was pregnant. Actually, I'm gonna tell y'all, my little god brother at the time, I think he was like 3 or 4, he told me I was pregnant. It's crazy. He was like, Kiki, it's a baby in there. And y'all, my back was hurting. Chase, you can come in, honey. Open the door. This is why I didn't whisper. Open the door. But close it. Close my door. You're gonna be in here. I said close it, not slam it. I can't wait till he's of age, y'all, so he can help me fold his clothes. I started doing my own laundry. My mom was making us do laundry at 7 and 8, child. Like, finna see if he can start at 5 and 6. You wanna say hi? Come here. Oh. Say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Mommy.
See? What's your name?
Mama.
What's your name? Tell them your name.
Follow me.
Are you Chase?
Chase.
And are you about to be 3? Yeah? Go get your iPad and you can come back in here because I want you to be distracted while I'm doing this. I don't need you messing up my clothes or my stuff. My little god brother told me I was pregnant, y'all. My back was hurting really bad. And he just kept saying, it's a baby in there. So well, let me tell y'all, weeks before that, what? Like 2 weeks before that, I was trying to smoke. I was trying to drink, and I couldn't finish a beer. I couldn't do anything, man. Like, it was terrible. What's wrong? Yeah, I couldn't do anything, and I didn't know what the problem was. But right after he kept saying it's a baby in there, my mom was like, why don't you just go get a pregnancy test? Yeah, I took 1 pregnancy test. I was not like everybody else who took 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pregnancy tests. I took 1, and my mom was like, that's it. I was like, no, it's a false pregnancy. It's a false positive. She's like, girl, no. I was like, we have to get another test. She's like, no more tests. You get 1. Go to the hospital. I was like, okay. So I think that would be my first tip to give somebody. Like, if you take a pregnancy test and it says positive, girl, don't be going out here wasting your money getting 10, 12 pregnancy tests. If it say positive, if those 2 pink lines pop up, clear as day. Ain't no fadedness, ain't no... Because when I peed on a stick, I didn't even have time to check the timer. The line popped up like that, baby. If they pop up like that, just go to the ER or make an appointment with your doctor. I was anxious, didn't want to make an appointment, didn't want to wait, so I went straight to the ER and lied and said I was having some bleeding. And yeah, they were like, oh, you're pregnant. I was like, oh, fuck. So when I took the test at home, I cried. I was in the bathroom just crying, but it wasn't like sad tears. It was just like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like, what? What are you doing? Like, what is this? So I immediately called my god brother and I was like, bro, you were right. I'm pregnant. Like, and that's when my mom was like, I'm about to have a baby. Like, let me just put it out there. Abortion, adoption, None of that. None of that went through my head, like, at all. Like, it wasn't no, oh my God, what I'm gonna do. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just like, it's like just shock, just like pure shock, like, cause like, you know, some people just know when it happens, like, oh yeah, that night, or you just stop. You're not gonna do that. Like, oh, they just know. Y'all, to this day, I don't know. They gave me the dates, you know, the conception dates, and I'm still like, stop. You want to go in your room? Yeah, stop. So I went to the ER, and that's when they told me I was 7 to 8 weeks. You know, when you go to the ER, and it wasn't even my, like, the hospital that I had him at. It wasn't my normal hospital. So they weren't really trying to do too much. They were like, you need to make an appointment. We can't, you know, confirm, like, not confirm, but like, we can't give you an ultrasound. We can't, you know, tell you for sure how many weeks, or like, you know, your conception date. They was like, we just confirm that you're pregnant. That's it. Like, we ain't giving you no more information, girl. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I went back to my regular hospital and stuff like that. And by that time I was like 9 weeks or whatever. Yeah, y'all, I was just like, wow, like, wow. But if I, like, and I'm gonna say this, and it might sound bad to some people, but like, me knowing me and how my life was going at that time, like, I was only 20 years old. Yeah, I had a lot of life to live, but like, yeah, I wasn't doing anything with my life before I had my son. Like, I mean, like I was working here and there, wasn't working. Like, I didn't really care about nothing. I didn't have no goals. I didn't have no aspirations in life. I didn't. And I mean, that might have been normal for a 20-year-old, but I don't know. Close my door. But yeah, like, looking back, I had nothing going on in my life. So like, when I say this, it might sound bad to some people, but like, there was nothing else for me to do. Okay. You're not gonna be in and out. Yeah, get your cup and sit down. It was nothing else really for me to do but have a baby. Like, that sounds so bad, but it's not. I'm not saying it in a way that make it sound bad, but like, it was like, okay. So after the shock died down, and you know, I told my baby daddy, he was excited and stuff. After all that went away, and you know, the shock, like, reality was setting in. First of all, reality set in that I was not happy in my relationship. It was like, dang, like, you wait till you get pregnant to end your relationship. Like, you kind of got to give it a try, like, make your family work. So I was going through that, and then like, just being pregnant, because I never been pregnant before. Pregnancy was cool though, y'all. Like, I didn't have morning sickness. I wanted all this pain that other people talk about. Like, I was okay for the most part. I got sick maybe once or twice, and I think it's just because I was just craving stuff that I don't normally crave. It's like one day I took a nap and I woke up and I was craving KFC, but I normally really hate KFC. I don't like KFC. I've only craved KFC twice in my life, and that's when I was pregnant and then like when I'm sick. And it's weird because it makes my stomach feel worse when I'm sick. But I don't like KFC. And I ate it and I threw up immediately after, and I was like, you wasted my money. Talking to my stomach, talking to my baby, like, you wasted my money. I didn't work when I was pregnant. I could have, but you know, my boyfriend at the time was like, you don't got to. So, princess, I didn't. They immediately told me I was high risk when I got pregnant, because because I was 300 pounds when I got pregnant, y'all. And it was like, yeah, you're high risk, you're gonna have a C-section. And I was just like, nope, didn't want a C-section. I wanted to push my baby out. I wanted to be quote unquote normal and not have a C-section when having a C-section is perfectly normal too. But I just felt like they were just like blowing me off. I'm black, I'm fat, I'm a woman. It's just like, you don't have a C-section. I was just like, no. And I never went to that doctor again. And even my OB, she was just like, they really want you to have a C-section. Like, they don't think that you can do it. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. And y'all, I just started walking. I would go to the stores, shop. I was just on my feet all day, every day. I would walk. I would go to the trails. I would go to the parks. I would pick up my god sister and we would go to the park and stuff. I was just active. Like, I don't think I've ever been that active in my entire life. Like, and you know, most people be like, oh girl, you pregnant, sit down. I'm like, I did not want to sit down when I was pregnant. Like, if I could do it, I did it. Like, I was active, y'all. So I lost a lot of weight to the point where my doctor, they were concerned. They were like, are you eating? I was like, I'm eating. They were like, wait, don't be starving the baby. I'm like, I'm not starving the baby. I'm eating. I'm just being active because I really wanted to get my weight under control because that's all they were talking about. Oh, you're overweight, you're overweight, you're overweight. Okay, so now that I'm not overweight, what's the excuse now? What is it now? Y'all are saying I have to have a C-section because I'm overweight. Well, I'm no longer. So what is it now? Then it went from that to stress. Like, you have to take stress tests and we have to check on the baby and we have to do like these tests. So when I hit like 30 weeks, y'all, I was going to the doctor every week. They put this like thing over my stomach and I had to lay there for like 15, 20 minutes and check the baby's heart rate and the baby's movements and stuff, make sure I'm not under a lot of stress. And I'm like, I feel completely fine. Like, but whatever. My gender reveal, y'all. I knew the gender at my gender reveal and I just acted like I didn't. I could not wait. They sent me the email and I gave it to my mom, of course, and she played my whole gender reveal out. The night before my gender reveal, I just couldn't take it no more. I really, really wanted a girl. So when I checked and I found out it was a boy, I wasn't sad. It was just like, okay, like, whatever. But I was still excited for my gender reveal. I was very cute. I had on a pink dress. All my family came to support. Well, at least I thought they were coming to support. Half of them were there to talk about me. Come to find out. Because there were a lot of, like, nasty rumors. Y'all, like, y'all don't. It was terrible. Like, she's not going to raise her son. And her mom's going to raise the baby. And I'm just like, dang. And I wasn't this like wild person before I had my son. Like, I was working here and there, whatever, like when I felt like it, but I was still in a full-blown relationship. So rather if it was my money, my boyfriend's money, like I was good. Like, you know, my mom and I lived together. My half of the bills were paid. Like, I don't understand where this was coming from. What's up? What's up? What are you doing? Uh-oh. So yeah, I knew what I was having, but it was okay. I eventually loved the thought of having a boy. I mean, I really didn't have no choice but to embrace it because that's what was happening. I couldn't change it. So yeah. But in hindsight, I'm really glad I have a boy. Like, he's wild, but as far as like getting him dressed, ready, buying stuff, so easy. So easy. I take him to get a haircut every 2 weeks. So easy. Like, yeah, it's so much easier, y'all. I did my own, well, my mom did my maternity shoot when I was like 7 months. She literally put a sheet down on the floor and got her good iPhone, and I did my own makeup. I had braids in my hair. And that was that. She put the pops up, she put Pampers up and clothes and stuff, the little C letter thing that I have for his name, because we already knew his name. I just didn't tell anybody his name. And she went to work. Those like pictures came out so good, and everyone was like, "Where did you go? Who did your pictures?" And I was like, "I did them at home. My mom did them." Like, it was great. I think I've only had like 2 scares my entire pregnancy where I had to like rush to the ER because I was in like severe pain, or like the contractions was hitting towards the end of my pregnancy. But he didn't come early. Actually, they wanted him to come early. I was in the hospital for 7 days because they put me in the hospital early to induce me, but he didn't come till his due date. So his birthday is April 22nd, and that is his due date. Into the labor. So like I said, I was in the hospital for 7 days. They did induce me. I did get the epidural, although the epidural ran out. It wore off, however you want to say it. By the time I actually was giving birth, there were some days I was in complete pain, didn't want to get up, didn't want to move. I slept the day away because every time I wake up, I was in pain. And then there will be some days I was fine. I was up, I was on the bouncing ball, I was walking around, I was showering, I was eating. I ate when I wasn't supposed to. You're definitely not supposed to eat, but I ate. And my doctor was mad about it, but I didn't care. I ate. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all the epidural. I knew that there was, you know, a needle going in your spine, but my experience with it was terrible. -0 out of 0. They stuck me like 5 times, y'all. I have bruises on my back to show that they stuck me. And then the doctor had came in and checked my back before the day it was time to do the epidural. He said, we have to check your back to make sure you don't have scoliosis, or, you know, nothing's wrong with your spine or your back, you know what I'm saying? So they gave me the, okay, your back is fine. Well, they sent 3 idiots in there to give me the epidural, and 1, 2, and 3 idiots could not do it. And they were like, oh, I think you have scoliosis. Like, the doctor just came in and said I didn't, but now that you can't get it in, I have scoliosis. There's something wrong with me. It's the problem. I'm the problem. Like, my son's dad left out the room, and they poked me so much, and I was in so much pain. My mom was crying, and she left the room, and I was in the room by myself, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, and the last time they poked me, my legs started tingling, and I was like, oh no, never mind. I don't want it. Let me get up and walk. Like, I literally felt like something happened to my leg. That was the only thing tingling was my leg. I said, I have to get up. I don't know what y'all just did to me. Let me get up and walk to make sure I can still walk. Like, it was so scary. After that, I cried. I was like, I don't want it. It's okay. And they were like, let us get one more person in here. And I was like, no, that's okay. So like 15 minutes go by, and I'm getting myself together because I was like super scared. And then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to go through this pain. Okay, because I'm not doing that. Y'all are not about to paralyze me. But this Middle Eastern doctor came in with a little golden case, y'all. Like, he was on Deal or No Deal or something. And he was like, I'm gonna put your epidural in. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to do it no more. He was like, I can do it. Let me do it. Like, mind y'all, they came in with this big giant cart, the 3 people that was doing it the first time. But this man, little short Middle Eastern, middle-aged man, came in with a little gold briefcase. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I was sitting on the edge of the bed where he was like, all right, let's go. They had me on the edge of the bed, so I got back on the edge of the bed. He was like, why are you on the edge of the bed? And I was like, that's how they had me. He was like, no. Y'all, he slid me back, turned my back to like a certain angle or whatever, like this, and he was like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess," because I was still like nervous. I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Just let me know what you're gonna do." Like, and then he just started talking to me like, "Oh, you having a boy?" Like talking to me, asking me questions, and I was answering them. And then all of a sudden, I felt something cold come up my back, up my shoulders. I was like, "What is that? What is that?" He was like, "That's that epidural." I was like, "It's in." He was like, "It's in." I was like, "That's it?" He was like, "That's it." I didn't even feel the needle, y'all. Like, that man knew what he was doing. That man and that little gold briefcase knew what he was doing. I was like, "Oh my gosh." He was like, "Yeah, it shouldn't have took all of what they did. I don't know why they didn't call me anyway." And he said, he was like, "You have some pokes in your back." He was like, "They're probably gonna be scars after this. So I do apologize for that." He's like, "At least you know I'm not the one who did it." I was like, "Well, thank you." And y'all, that was that. Like, I don't know, but that man got it. And I asked him, I was like, "Do I have scoliosis or something?" He was like, "No, there's nothing wrong with you." Um, so then after that, you can't move anymore or anything like that. And I think actually the night before, I'm trying to think, y'all. It's been so long. I mean, 3 years, just about. Coming up on 3 years. My mind is not where it used to be. I think actually the night before they broke my water, and then we did the epidural. Because my water wouldn't break on its own. And we were getting closer and closer to his due date, and they were getting worried. So they had broke my water. Y'all, let me tell you something. If you're having a baby or you have not had a baby, just know them cervix exams where they stick their head up in you. No joke. No joke at all. Like, child. And I had all male doctors doing my cervix exams. I was like, where is the females at with the little tiny hands? No. I had men with these big hands. Like, and they were doing them all day. I don't know what day it was at this point, but they were doing them all day. And I was like, I can't take it no more. I had just got comfortable in the bed. I had just went to sleep. They came in there and it was like 11:50, 11:45. Was it? Yeah, something like that. And I was like, no. They was like, we have to do it tomorrow. No. And they walked out the room. They were like, she's refusing. And then like 20 minutes later, this lady came in and she was like, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. If you can just let your nurse and your doctor check you, I can break your water if you're dilated to so many, whatever." So I got excited. I was like, "Okay." And they checked me and it hurt so bad. And that time, two of them did it. They were like, "Okay, we're both gonna do it just to make sure that we can actually break your water. Like, we don't want to be wrong about this, so we're both gonna check." So the first guy checked, so painful. Then the other doctor checked, so painful, y'all. They're literally sticking their hand up your hoo-ha. Like, okay, like, they swear it's just 2 fingers, but ain't no way. That's not what it feels like. It feels like they're stuffing their whole fist in you. Like, I'm so sorry. Anyways, fast forward. They broke my water. It was so disgusting. It was really, really hot. And I felt really disgusting after they did it. And I was like, "Oh, I'm about to go take a shower." She was like, "No, ma'am. Just know after y'all water break, ain't no more showers." Just know. My mom was water broke on her way to the doctor's appointment with me. And she drove all the way back home to take a shower. They were like, "No, ma'am. Why did you do that?" She said she peed on herself. I don't know how she thought she could have peed on herself, y'all, because that stuff is hot. And it's not like warm like pee. It's hot. Like they say it's your body temperature. Like, it was hot. And it was like, it's not clear like in the movies and stuff. It's not clear. I don't know why they show y'all that it's clear. Like, it was like tinted. Like, it looked almost like gold. Like, it didn't look like pee though. I don't know. It was just nasty. And my son's dad almost passed out looking at it. Like, he was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And they cleaned me up right in the bed. I was like, can I get out? They was like, no, we don't want you to get out. It's okay. And I just felt so disgusting, y'all. Like, ew. um, so yeah, to make a long story short, let's skip to the birth. It was Friday. My son was born Friday, 11 p.m. I know, right? Such a cute time. I know. So it was like Friday, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9. And we were in there, I'll never forget it. We were in the room together. I was bouncing on the ball. And they kept telling me they couldn't, his heart rate kept going off because they put the little belts around you. I guess because I was moving too much. So I was like, okay, I'll just get back in the bed. Got back in the bed. They asked me how my epidural was doing. They gave you the little button so you can like push if you having pain or whatever. And you know, it'll, I'm not saying it'll up it, but like it helps. It's a button that they give you for medicine, I guess. I don't know, y'all. I really can't remember. But I kept pressing it. Cause baby, them contractions was busting me open after I got back in that bed. We were listening to country music. And they kept coming in there, fixing the belt, asking, is I okay? Do I feel okay? Do I feel him like kicking or anything? And I was like, no, I'm just feeling contractions. And then like y'all, the contractions were getting stronger, 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 and stronger. And I just kept hitting that button until I couldn't hit it no more and it wasn't working. And I was like, is it supposed to do this? Not like supposed to run out, I guess. She was like, nope. I was like, oh, okay. So then like I was laying there and I started feeling it, feeling it, feeling it. And I'm just like, y'all, when you get the epidural, baby, you don't feel nothing. My mom was like, you keep hitting that button till you couldn't hit it no more. Why are you feeling these contractions? I was like, I have no idea. The nurse was like, you shouldn't feel nothing. I was like, I'm feeling everything. Like, y'all, the feeling in your butt, it's not even in your vagina, it's in your butt. Oh my gosh. You would have thought the baby was coming out your butt. Like, I was just like, something is not right. And they just kept coming in there, fixing my belt and like, you know, checking, make sure I was breathing right. And I was just like, I'm feeling all the contractions. And then my other nurse came in and she was like, whoa. Because like I said, I couldn't click that little button thing anymore. She was like, let me call anesthesiology to come check this. Because this shouldn't be like this. You should be able to, and you're feeling everything. And you got the, she was like checking my back and stuff. And she was like, does this, can you feel this? Can you feel like touching my legs and stuff? And she hit my thigh and I was like, I can feel that. She was like, what in the world? Y'all, that nurse looked so freaked out. I don't know. They were calling an anesthesiologist to come check, but I don't know what happened because like 10 minutes later, it was like 12 doctors in my room and they were like, we don't know what's going on. We can't get a heartbeat. The baby is no longer breathing. Like, they was all in there pushing on me, so no heartbeat. I was panicking. And finally, the doctor came, the surgeon came in there. She's like, we're going to have to do a C-section because the baby is not breathing and his head is swelling and he's not breathing. He's stuck. And I'm like, how the fuck she know that? Like, how do you know that? So like everybody starts preparing and I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, C-section, that's not what we planned for. Like the little table was up there. We were planning for me to push because I was doing so good. Like, what? And I was just like, I've never had surgery before. Like, I never, like, you know, I'm trying to ask them the questions while they're trying to get me together. It was like, we don't have time for this. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm so scared. Like, what in the world? And in the midst of all that, I'm still telling them, like, okay, but is the anesthesiologist gonna meet us in the OR? Because, like, I'm not numb anymore. I can feel everything. Like, I don't think I have the epidural anymore. Like, I don't know what's going on here. They were like, yeah, they were like brushing me off. Y'all, we got back to that OR, and I everybody I've talked to, they've said this before, that when you get in that OR, it's really cold. You get the shivering and shaking. Not that it was just me. Like, you get real cold. You get the shaking. I was like, ugh. And then I got sleepy. I kept yawning, but I was also in pain. So I was cold. I was sleepy, but I was in pain. I don't know what happened, y'all. And They had my arms down, they put that thing in front of me, and I'm very claustrophobic, so the paper kept like pushing on against my nose, and they wouldn't let me move my hands. My mom was in there with me, and my mom was trying to talk to me, ask me what I packed, and I was just like, I don't know, I don't care, please shut up. Like, I was at my nerves, y'all. Like, I was so scared. I was like, am I gonna feel this? Am I gonna feel this? They were like, you're not gonna feel it. And I was like, because I can feel the contraction. I can feel everything right now. Like, I can feel everything, y'all. I was moving my foot. If anybody's had the epidural before, you cannot feel nothing from the bottom down. From your waist down, you don't feel nothing. I'm moving my foot. I can feel everything. They're telling me no. They set up everything. I'm still shivering. I'm still crying. I'm still freaking out. And she was like, all right, we're ready to go. Y'all, she makes that cut. I could cry. I could cry. Oh my gosh. She makes that cut from the left side. Y'all, I was in there hollering for dear life because I felt her cutting me. I was screaming. I was like, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. Please stop. Please stop. I can feel it. And they were like, no, 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 no. You can't feel it. You can't feel it. They were putting ice patches on me. And I was like, you're putting ice patches up here? That's not helping me. Like, what are you talking about? They were like, can you feel this? Can you feel this? Can you feel this? And I'm like, yeah. What are you talking about? Like, y'all, I was freaking out. Like, I was screaming. I was like trying to move. Like, it was bad. And finally my surgeon was like, I cannot work like this. I don't know if she can really feel it or not, but we're gonna have to put her to sleep. Well, that freaked me out even more because I've never had surgery. I've never been to sleep, like put to sleep. Like, then they were like, oh, you have to leave. Tell my mom she has to leave. I'm like, why she gotta leave just because y'all putting me to sleep? Like, something ain't right. Like, y'all about to take my appendix. Y'all about to take my kidneys. Like, y'all about to switch my baby. I don't even know if this really my baby, y'all. Like, crazy. So I was just like, my mom was gone by that time. I didn't even see her leave. But I was just like, what if I don't wake back up? Y'all, the room was silent. Nobody said nothing. Nobody said anything. I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. The baby's gonna die. Like, nobody's saying anything to reassure me. I'm in a room full of white people by myself. They could do anything to me. Like, I could wake up and I'm in a freaking foreign country. Like, y'all, shit like that happens in real life. Like, anyways, they put the thing up in my face and I'm still talking. I'm still crying. And I hear the surgeon was like, why is she not sleepy yet? And the nurse was like, honey, are you breathing in the stuff? Are you breathing? I was like, am I breathing? Yes, I'm breathing. She was like, can you count to 10 for me? So, I sat there and I counted to 10. They were like, what in the world? The surgeon was like, shoot it through me. I'm laughing now, but it wasn't funny then at all. And my nurse was like, okay, honey, we're gonna put your anesthesia through your IV. It's gonna go through your arm and it's gonna burn, okay? So just breathe. That was the last thing I felt, y'all. It was in this arm. It felt like 100 bees was stinging me up. This arm right here. That was the last thing I felt. I woke up. I was coming down the hallway. And they were just like, you had your baby, you had your baby. Oh my God, you did so good. I was like, oh, they had the baby. Like, I was so drugged. I was so drugged up. Get back to the room. And they was like, only one person could stay with you. I wanted my mom to stay with me because me and his dad wasn't even together. I said, I want my mom to stay with me. And then I was like, because I was so drugged, I was like, can I take the baby? Can y'all take the baby to the nursery? They don't have a nursery no more. Baby was in the room all night crying, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. The next morning, after the drugs wore off, whatever, they woke me up to give me, what is that shot called? I can't think of it, but, they They gave me a shot. I can't think of what it was. But I looked over in that clear bin and I seen a head full of hair and I was like, oh my God, I had a baby. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. Those first 2 nights were hell. My mom and I were just rotating and I was hurting. I was like, that first time I got up, oh my gosh, y'all. Not to mention they push on your stomach after you have a baby. Oh my God, you just feel like you're dying. You just feel like you're dying. That's worse than anything. Like pushing to get that afterbirth out of you. Oh my gosh, like, okay. I didn't breastfeed. I couldn't breastfeed. His tongue was too short, so he couldn't latch on. So formula. Okay, I don't have any idea what they're in there doing. My son went for a circumcision and he did not cry. And when he came back, he was asleep. That scared me because I'm like, what's wrong with this baby? You cry any other time, but for the circumcision, you did not cry. And now you're quiet as a church mouse when you get back from being circumcised. Like, what? I did find out the day I was leaving though, when they did the C-section, they pulled him out. He wasn't breathing. They had to give him oxygen for 20 minutes, approximately 20 minutes. And what else? Oh, because he was stuck. His head was cone shaped. I can insert some pictures and clips for y'all of like when he was born and what he looked like when he was a baby and stuff like that. But yeah, y'all. That was the birth. That was the labor. I got the kid. Don't think I want to do it again. And the way that they cut me, she cut me in a T shape, so I can never give birth naturally ever. Now that I'm sad about. I cried for a long time and I still occasionally cry because it's like, it is a difference trying to having a baby and you're able to get pregnant, but it's different trying to actually push like that. And I see everybody else get to do it and like, you know, people talk about it, what it's like to push a baby out. I never experienced that. I have to be cut open. But you know, it is what it is. But I'm not sure if I'll ever have kids again. I'm a little nervous. Like, you know, they say after your first one, you're good to go because you know you're a mom. You're not new to this, you're true to this. But it's just like, my birthing experience is very traumatic. So, and I'm not even sure if I'll be able to, like, stay awake for the C-section. Like, I almost wanted to just tell them, put me to sleep again, please. Because I'm scared. Put me to sleep again. Like, oh my gosh. It is the pregnancy story time. I'm going to add some pictures, some clips, some videos, and all that stuff in for y'all. But I hope y'all enjoyed this story time because I've been saying I'm going to get it to y'all for weeks now and haven't yet. So, yeah. Love y'all so much. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.